Okay, so today we're talking about solving quadratics by factoring. If you remember, quadratics are the graphs that look like parabolas, okay? And if we were to solve them, we were looking for where do they cross the x-axis. So there were the roots, zeros, solutions, all that stuff. Well, we're going to be able to find those just by looking at their factors. Okay, so first we have the zero products property. So this is what you do if your what they give you is already factored. So example 1, I have x plus, x minus 3 and x plus 7 equals 0. So from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each piece and set it equal to 0. And solve. So I'm going to take this piece, set it equal to 0, and this piece, set it equal to 0. Okay, now I want to solve, so I want to get x by itself. So to do that, I need to add 3 here. So x equals 3. In this case, I don't have to go any further because I have x by itself. And then to get rid of the 7, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. So in this case, I have x equals negative 7. So these would be your 2 points where your graph, your parabola, crosses the x-axis. Okay, let's look at another one. If I have x times x minus 5 equals 0. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to set each equal to 0. Okay, if we look here, this one already has x by itself, so I don't have to go any further. For this one, I need to add 5 to both sides. So I have x equals 5. So this graph would cross through the origin and then again cross at 5. Okay, example 3. If I had 2x plus 1 times 3x minus 1 equals 0. So this one is just, you go one step further. So you still set equal to 0. Okay, and then to solve, I need to get x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 1. So I have 2x equals negative 1. Okay, and then I have this 2 on the x I need to get rid of, so I'm going to divide by 2. So x equals negative 1/2. Okay, leave it as a fraction. You don't have to go any further than that. So on this one, I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So I have 3x equals 1. Divide by 3. So x equals 1/3. Alright, so there's your answers. Okay, so that's what you do if it already gives you them factored. So if it doesn't give it to you factored, you have to factor. So you need to do my father drives a red Mustang. Okay, so if we look at an example, I have x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals 0. Okay, the first thing is multiply. You're multiplying your a times your c. Well, your a is 1, your c is 10. So 1 times 10 is 10. Okay, then I need to find factors of that multiply to be 10 but add to be 7. Okay, well 5 and 2 multiply to be 10, and when I add them I get 7. So those are the 2 factors I'm going to use. Okay, so that's m, that's factors. Now divide by a. So divide by my a is 1. Okay, reduce, they can't be reduced. M is making a factor, so put the x on the bottom and read going up. So that gives me x plus 5 and x plus 2. Okay, now that I have it factored, I'm going to do what I did previously and set them both equal to 0. Okay, so minus 5, so x equals negative 5. Minus 2, so x equals negative 2. So that would be where those graph crosses. Okay, let's look at one more. I have x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, multiply your a times c is 1. Find factors of 1 that add up to 2, so that would be 1 and 1. Okay, divide by your a, so that's 1. Put an x on the bottom, read it up. So I'm going to have x plus 1 and x plus 1. Okay, if we look, those are the same things. So if I set them both equal to 0, I'd get the same exact thing. So I'm only going to do it once. So x equals negative 1. Okay, so in this case, this graph would just go to negative 1, touch it, and bounce back up. It would only cross once. Alright, so there is that lesson. Here is your assignment. It's A1, page 633, numbers 1 through 9, 26 through 28. Please let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.